You open your brokerage account to check how you're doing. You see one number that says you're up 100%. Another number says you're up 125%. Which one is real? Are you buying a new car or just a nice dinner? Today, we're breaking down the confusing world of TWR versus MWR. And we're going to use a real-world, jaw-dropping portfolio to show you exactly why these numbers are different and what it means when one is higher than the other. Let's dive in. First up, TWR, that stands for time-weighted return. Think of TWR as your strategy score. It answers one simple question: how good were my actual investment choices? Imagine you are a professional fund manager. You can't control when your clients give you money or take it out. You just have to invest whatever is in the pot. TWR ignores all those deposits and withdrawals. It levels the playing field to see purely how the assets performed. This is why you use TWR to compare yourself to the S&P 500. The S&P doesn't make deposits, so you need TWR for an apples-to-apples comparison. Next, we have MWR, or money-weighted return. This is your personal reality score. It answers the question: how much did my actual cash grow? Unlike TWR, MWR cares deeply about when you move money. If you dump a huge pile of cash into your account right before the market rallies, your MWR is going to look amazing because you had more skin in the game for the ride up. But if you deposit money right before a crash, ouch, your MWR will get crushed. MWR is basically your internal rate of return, IRR. It's the real-world growth of the dollars in your pocket. Okay, enough theory. Let's look at a real portfolio. We are looking at an interactive broker's account from April 2025 to January 2026. First, let's look at the strategy score, the TWR. This investor absolutely crushed it. By January 2026, the S&P 500, the green line, was up a respectable 38.91%. But this portfolio's TWR, the blue line, it was up a massive 109.24%. The strategy was solid. The stock picks were winners. But now, look at their personal reality score, the MWR. By that same date in January 2026, while the S&P was still up 38.91%, this investor's personal money-weighted return was even higher, sitting at 125.39%. And this brings us to the million-dollar question: why is their MWR 125% at so much higher than their TWR 109%? If you remember, TWR ignores cash flows. MWR loves cash flows. When your MWR is significantly higher than your TWR, it means you have impeccable timing. This gap tells us that this investor didn't just pick good stocks. They likely added significant amounts of cash into the account right before major upward moves. They had more money working for them during the good times. If they had added money right before a drop, the MWR would be lower than the TWR. But here, the timing luck was on their side. So, which one should you look at? Look at TWR if you want to know if you're smarter than the market average. Look at MWR if you want to know how much your personal wealth actually grew based on your timing. In this case study, the investor is doing fantastic on both fronts. Check your own portfolio. Is your MWR higher or lower than your TWR? Let me know in the comments.